Okay, kitties. So, what I got for you tonight is a Fizz the Love bath bomb, actually. I received her fallish, Halloweenish type line, well, some items, right before the move, and you guys saw the giant skull bomb. This here is a kind of lavender and mint fragrance. With her kind of Halloween drop that she did, she went more of the fruity rather than like the pumpkin pie smells and candy apple smells and things like that. So she aimed more fruity-ish than like your basic every Halloween type fragrant type smell. This one here, the lavender mint, happened to be one of my most favorite ones. Now, what it looks like to me is that there's bath bomb beneath, and then this top layer looks like a bubble frosting, and then you have the 1, 2, 3, 4 melt and pour soap figurine people, ghost guys, or tombstones, whatever they are here on top. Now here, what happened here is that because I had this product sitting for, a couple of weeks, because we were doing the move and the whole nine, and it wasn't shrink wrapped tightly enough and air got to it, the melt and pour soaps create like bubbles on the top. It sweats. That's just what happens. It just sweats. That's what melt and pour soap does. So you can, hey, let me wipe some of it. See? Now those little bubbles are gone. Yeah, we can do it on this guy up here too. See? Bubbles are gone. Here. They're gone. It's just what happens with melt and pour. It has to do with temperaturing, when you're tempering it, when you're making it, and melting it down and the whole nine. And also, melt and pour is not like regular cold process soap or hot process soap. You do not want air to touch it. You want it to perfectly seal up, no air touching it from the moment you get it out of its mold. And it won't do that. But it happens, from time to time. I like the fact that there were some holes in the wrapping of this, because then I can smell the product, and I really like the way the product smells, and it doesn't scare me to see these little bubbles. I know what it is. So if you get a melt and pour product like this, and you have these little bubbles on it, do not fear. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with it. It is perfectly normal. They probably work just as good. But it just got a little air to it. That's all. So I have a lot of melt and pour soaps that happen to. I have a couple from Twisted Allure that I took out of the package to take photos and stuff of, and I left them out of the package, and boom, they started to sweat. But it didn't stop Richie from stealing them from me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to pause this video to get this wrapping off, because I don't, it's in there. It's not going to just get out. It's in there good. So I'm going to pause this for a moment, try and get this out of the packaging. I may just cut the packaging off, and this little cup that it's in, and then we'll drop it in and watch it do its deal. Okay, so actually I was able to get it in two halves. I have the bubble portion there, and then the balm portion here, which, look, it's got more colors. So we're just going to go ahead and lower the balm portion in. Yes, I have a natural sponge thing in here. That's my favorite little friend over there. They say you don't have to buy them and replace them, that you can just put them in wash machines and things like that, but I do replace mine every so often. He just happens to be new, and in order to make them function properly, you kind of have to condition them. So you got to keep them in the bathtub a lot, keep them moist, keep them wet, and then they work really well with, sudsing up and things like that, and they're real soft. So I happen to love my natural sponges. Bugs has a little one, Mama has a big one, Daddy's got a huge one. Oh, look, in bed. Cool. Fragrance? Good. Liking the fragrance. Get out of here, Sponge. Don't be stealing the show, dude. Fragrance good. Like I said, don't fear any kind of melt and pours that you may see the sweat marks on. It just meant that air got to it. That's all. It's not a big whoop. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean the soap, anything's wrong with it. Just some air pockets. Like, I'll pluck one off, and I'll show you why we let this bad boy go off. Oh, look. He's floating. He's floating. He's spinning. He's spinning. He's kicking ass. He's kicking ass. Once again, this is a Fizz the Love product. This was part of her Halloween line. And now that I am settled in, I want to be able to get all these products demoed out for you so you can see them. They may or may not still be available. She puts new items up all the time. She's always making something new and cool, and, grab it while you can, because it may not last. Let me try and pluck a soap out of this while that's going off so I can show you guys that they're perfectly okay. Ooh! Okay, so here is one of the soaps. Get them wet. And look, he is a regular, ordinary piece of soap again. See? There's nothing wrong with him. He's perfect. And he's got a great smell. He's lathering up nicely. And you got 4 chunks of soap with this bad boy, so pretty damn good. I see no stainage on my walls. You may get a little bit of foam, and the foam comes off with like 2 or 3 splashes. You know, that's it. Not really a big deal. But look at the watercolor before we start heading up with some bubble foam. Do you see that? It's a gorgeous purple, and it's got a lot of glittery sparkle to it. Really, really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna... Hi, Bug! Bugs is in here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna plop my soap in. We're gonna grab this big old thing here and I'm gonna let it break down in the water. We're gonna smash it up and then we're gonna turn on some hot water and watch it do its thing. So let me just get these guys out. They're in there. I love the way this smells. Once again, it was a lavender mint type fragrance. She didn't want to just do the regular Halloween type fragrances, you know, like candy corn or pumpkin pies and things like that. So she went more of like the like different type of fragrances. You know, she the big skull was like a lemon meringue pie smell. This one, which is really pretty looking actually, this one is a lavender mint. I really like Fizz the Love's lavender. Really, 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 really cool product here with this bubbly thing here. So I'm gonna let that drop for a minute. We're just gonna break this down. Okay, so I would definitely suggest to waterlog it, let it get really soggy, and definitely put it in a strainer. It's got that like kind of consistency that I don't like, but if you put it in a strainer, it doesn't really matter. It'll just break down. But it's a little on the kind of like hard to break down side here. So strainers are a good deal when it comes down to bubble bars that are a little tough to break down. And also letting them get waterlogged is really good, because I'm not sure this was actually like a bubble bar. I'm thinking this was just like a bubble kind of formula. But let's go ahead, let me turn the water on. I'm just gonna let it run under and we're gonna see how that does that way. So let's just get over here. Already I can see some bubble just from like the bath bomb itself. See that? It's got a bubble to it. It's very, very high up on the moisture there because it was a pretty chunky big balm. Let's turn the water on. It's about to get noisy. Alright, where'd you go, buddy? Here he is. So we're just going to go ahead and just let it run under. A little hot. And we're going to let him do his thing. Ow, ow, ow. That's a little too hot for me, guys. Alright, sorry guys. So, just my personal preference with the bubble stuff. I kind of prefer it to break down a little bit easier. But if you have a strainer and you put it in a strainer and you're like me and that's what you prefer, it won't make a difference whatsoever. It'll still be an awesome product. All in all, I definitely would give this one a 2 thumbs up. I do like this one. Oh, see, now that's a little waterlogged. It's breaking down a little bit easier. Yeah, you gotta let them like soak in and get really waterlogged. And then I'll pick up the chunks after. And we'll go ahead and break them down. I should have just did it in the strainer. I think this is like only the second bubble thing I've ever done from Fizz the Love. The bubble bar prior was really cool. But I believe I just did it straight in a strainer and I don't think I actually felt it in my hand. But like I said, I don't really know if this is an actual bubble bar formula or if it's just to make that really pretty looking topping. If it had to be more of a wet formula to do that. So it could just be this type of stuff. I'm just gonna let it go in. Alright, so we got a couple pieces. Once they get waterlogged, they seem to be breaking down pretty good. Like they're not really staying. Yeah, so they seem to be breaking down pretty nicely. And there we have it. Now mind you, I didn't have the water running the entire time that we were like crumbling the product and everything, so I didn't get a chance to build up a massive amount of bubble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick the shower head on for a few minutes and see if we can build up some heavy duty bubble that way. Oh yeah. Shower head to the rescue. So maybe that formula had to be more of a wet formula to give it that pretty kind of ice cream look on the top of that. Because that really was a very pretty looking piece. It looked like food. Like, it really did look like as if you went into like a frozen yogurt shop or an ice cream shop and got yourself some turquoise, purple, and blue ice cream. It was cool looking. And please, whenever you see a melt and pour soap that might get some sweat beads on it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is perfectly normal. It just got air to it, that's all. And that's the problem with melt and pour versus like cold process. I don't care either way. I'm used to it and fine with it, and it doesn't bother me. Alright guys, let me turn this off before we overflow. So, because we weren't running the water the entire time, shower head kind of saved the day here. Let me see if I can find. I do have some chunks still at the bottom, but nothing really severe. Here is a piece of the soap, a little bit more of that bubble stuff there. Okay, so here is the soap. Very pretty, sparkly. I like that. It's purple. It's pretty. It looks cool. And sorry. And yeah, I gotta say, all in all, I would definitely give this product a 2 thumbs up. I really love the fragrance. I like the soaps in it. They're gonna be fun to play with. Yeah, soap doesn't last me long in a tub at all. Although, you know, the bubble formula is not something that I would normally go with. I think it had to be a more wet formula due to it, looking like that ice cream topper. That's probably why it had to be a more wet formula, because I've done a previous bubble bar from her and I don't believe it was that thick. And if I can go back in the video, I will. I'm not really that great with the editing in other videos into my videos yet. I probably never will be. So I may not even be able to put that up for use. But I do believe I do have a previous video of Fizz the Love bubble bar that I did, and it crumpled down pretty nicely. So I don't think this is her bubble bar formula. I think this is just for this product. Which, I will say, pop it off, drop it in a strainer, let it go. You can break it. Look at the luster. You can break it down and get multiple uses out of it. No problem whatsoever. And also, all the soaps and everything. Like, if you have a couple of kids, and you're, like, throwing your 2 kids in the tub or something like that, it's a really fun product for them. Plus, it's a sleepy product. It'll knock your ass out. So, well, there we go. You smush them so much, they break apart on you. I'm bad when it comes to soap. I will definitely sit here and use all of these soaps up in one shot. Just doing this, like, over and over and over again. But I like this one. This was a good one. So Fizz the Love, definitely enjoying this one. Pretty cool. I have a couple more Fizz the Love items left. And Lush items. I do have some other items that we can play with. So we got a couple of cool videos coming up. I still have some Lush kitchen items that I'd like to get done. And now that we've made this move, we can get back into a regular routine of doing things. Bubbles have withheld pretty decently. They are getting a little bit of air now, but they withheld pretty good. There you go. It's a fun product. Good to go. You guys want to go ahead and try a Fizz the Love product? All you got to do is hit the links down below and you will find Fizz the Love. It is an Etsy shop. They put stuff up all the time. If you see something and you don't see 2 or 3 of them, it's probably because that is the only one, so you better jump on it. Otherwise than that, yeah. I like this one. Have a good night, guys.